Another tool you can use from these buttons that are here is creating shapes. If I want to create my own social media post, so I started a new document, it's a perfect square for social media, and I want to first put a colorful background on the background of it. I want a rectangle, so I'm going to go ahead to this button. There is a design mode and a draw mode. I prefer the design mode, and I'll explain a little bit of the difference later, but I go ahead and click on this rectangle, and I want to choose the color that I want for this social media post, and I'm going to go ahead and click and drag my rectangle to fill up that space. So now that I have that, I want to test some of these other shapes out. So I'm going to go ahead and add a layer, and when I hover over this add button, I get some choices. I can add a text layer. Shape is what we're going to be selecting. An empty layer just is, I don't know what I want yet, but I know I want something, a frame or an image, which we're going to explore another time. But this, of course, we want to add a shape. And it already guesses at what shape we want based on what was selected. So if I want a circle, I can change that. If I want a custom shape, I can change that. I'm going to put a rounded rectangle on there, which you can see it's not rounded at the moment. But if I click on the radius, I can click and drag, and as soon as I let go, I now have this rounded look. And I might want to make this bigger to fill this in a little bit. So now I have a rounded rectangle. Some other things I can do is under styles, add some shadowing underneath it. So now there's some shadowing to my rounded rectangle. I'm going to add an empty layer just so we can see this. And on my empty layer, I want to add a custom shape. So in this case, I want to add, I don't know, let's add this for fun. So I clicked on that shape, and I'm on my new layer. I'm going to undo, go to my new layer. So I have my new shape. It just happens, I couldn't see it before because it's the same color, but I can change the color of it. I can work with styling. We worked with shadow a minute ago. Maybe I want a black line around it to give it some outline to it. Maybe I want some more shadowing to it. So now I have both of that, and I can make it bigger. So adding shapes to this. So there's the draw as well. So let me add another empty layer, and it gives me different tools this time. These are more pixelated tools to work with. So when I resize one of these shapes, they resize based on mathematicals, the ones that I've already used under design. But if I use these tools, they might get a little bit fuzzy when I make them bigger. So if I click on this and make it bigger, it can get a little bit fuzzy because it's more of a pixelated type image. But now that I drew that image, I want to show you all of them now have a little bit of a different menu. So this triangle has the opportunity to spin it and rotate it. I can flip it horizontal and vertical. I'm going to skip this button. We'll come back to that in another minute. I can duplicate and delete. I can change its position, so I can hand type in 150 here. So I can do just this changes depending on what I'm working on. This free button takes away, I don't know if you can see that there's a little lock here. This free takes away that lock so that when I resize this, it's now stretchy. But as soon as I go to fixed, I can't stretch it. It maintains its proportions, so it's fixed in its ratio. So this button that I had skipped a couple minutes ago allows me to add for animation. Social media posts are often animated right now. That is trendy to have more of a video. So I can add some effects, and this would add it to the whole page. Or if I just want to add an effect to just this triangle, I can go to layer, and I can mess with, I can hold over some of these effects to see what they do. Now the ones with the yellow or gold symbol here, that just means that they're paid for, but they're not all paid for. There's a lot of really good solid animations that are here that you don't have to pay for. So you can explore some of these animations here for the social media type posts. When you do have an animation and you go ahead to try to save, it's going to want to save it as an MP4 file. That makes it a movie. That makes it more of a video. You can also try to do a GIF. It just depends on how simple your animation is. So it also gives you a recommendation, a recommended file. So I just want you to know that because I added animation in here in some way, shape, or form, I now have a movie, and so my saving is an MP4. All I really wanted to do is get you familiar with this shape tool, and that was the main goal of this lesson, but it does kind of move into some of the other areas that you just saw with animation and all.